Must have been suffering from nightmares too. Oh boy. No, one may have once died. Hold on. Okay. Kurokami is last. Sorry. Kurokami is last, isn't she? Yes. Hers is the worst. Oh boy. If your power works on her, that'll be more than just impressive. That'll be a freaking miracle. Come to think of it, your surname is rather unusual. I suppose so. I haven't heard of anyone else with it. Susuhara, written Susu as in soot, and Hara from Haru, or to drive away. In other words, drive the soot away. Said you were a distant relative of Harumiya's, didn't you? Perhaps your ancestors lived in Susuda or somewhere nearby? I wouldn't know. I'd have to ask my parents. You know, our town's name is currently written as Field of Hope. They say long ago the Susu part was written as Soot instead. In other words, Field of Soot. Strange. We've been seeing a lot of soot in this game. And your surname is Suzuhara, or to drive the soot away. I'm not sure where you're getting at. Me neither. It's just interesting is all. Who on earth are you? You certainly piqued my curiosity. I came to this town to attend high school. I'd always been told that once I graduated middle school, I'd begin living on my own away from my parents. I heard that was part of the training. I ended up in Susuda so the Harumiyas could take care of me. Now I felt like I've been guided here by some hand of fate. As Miss Hinagata said, Susuda's name was originally written as Field of Soot, while my surname meant to drive the soot away. Why are you explaining this? We just read this. It certainly seemed fitting, at least. At first I thought Miss Hinagata invited me to the LCSC on a whim. Now I knew she'd done so intentionally. Furthermore, I learned that the LCSC was comprised entirely of kids who were plagued by nightmares all the time. And the divine tribute style held the power to ease their nightmares. Was it all a coincidence? Fate? I've been brought here under someone's design. I had no idea. There was something only I could do. I could touch ladies' foreheads to relieve their nightmares. So I had to do it. The only one left was Toei Kurokami. She must have been suffering from nightmares since that day, too. Hello, I'm Hinagata from Susuda High School. I'd like to see Toei, if that's alright. We asked around at the shrine's office and learned that Kurokami had been seen by the doll Memorial Hall. Miss Hinagata had mentioned that she had it the worst of them all. But physically, she at least appeared to be doing better than others. Doll Memorial Hall. Yumamoto Shrine is famous for being a doll memorial shrine. Kurokami's always carrying around a Japanese doll, isn't she? That's true. Oh, it's the wrong person. That's true. She can't let go of it. What do you mean? There she is, Toei! She was sitting in the doll memorial hall amidst the rows of thousands of dolls. The way she sat in the middle of them made her look like their master. Her eyes were shut. Perhaps she was sleeping? Hey, wake up. Hey. Wake up. At the very least, it didn't look like she was being haunted by nightmares. She gave Miss Hinagata a blank stare, as if wondering why she'd come to visit twice in the same day. But her features hardened when she noticed me. Why are you here?
聞いて、彼にはすごい力があることが分かったの。
Listen to this. I just found out he had this incredible power.
それ以上近づくな。
Don't get any closer.
鈴原の汚れが苦しい。
Kara's corruption hurts. With the other girls, my touch or even my mere presence had eased their nightmares. However, with her, the closer I got, the greater her pain grew. Did she hate me? Or was it really as corrupt as she thought? She'd been chatting with the rest of us the night of the sleepover, hadn't she? She was even closer to me then and responded to me like anyone else would. Yet at this moment, it was as though the very side of me brought her pain.
鈴原君は汚れてなんかないわよ。むしろ清らかなくらい。
Suzuhara isn't corrupt. He's rather pure, in fact.
彼は親善武術の稽古をしてるんですって。それがきっと彼に悪いものを払う力を与えてるのよ。
He says he's training in the divine tribute style. That must be giving him the power to drive away evil.
親善。
Huh?
論より証拠よ。きっと効果があるわ。今よりずっと楽になるはず。
You know what they say. The proof is in the pudding. I'm sure it'll do you good. You'll feel much better.
だから騙されたと思って彼の手に触れてみて。
So just try it. Let him place his hand on you.
できない。
I can't.
黒髪さん、僕にはその辛さを和らげる力があるかもしれないんだ。
Kuragami, I might have the power to ease your suffering.
夜な。され。
Get away. Eve.
お前の姿が見えなくなるところへ。され。
See you.
辛いのはわかるけど落ち着いて。彼には本当に不思議な力が。
I know it hurts, but calm down. He really does have a...
何度も言わせるな。
Times. I have to tell you.
鈴原の汚れが鈴が強すぎる。
His corruption, his soot, is too strong.
早く消えろ。
Hurry. Go away. Go away. Uh-oh. Kurokami covered her face with her hands as though she was about to claw it off. Just then her long black hair danced in a whirlwind. It looked as though the wind had come from her.
黒髪さん。
Mommy? Ugh.
お前が
I...
欲しい。
Huh?
抱いて。鈴原。
Alright.
私を抱いて。
Ikumi. All of a sudden, there was a loud snap. For a moment, I wondered if branch-like horns were sprouting from her head. But I was wrong. Little pieces were flying off the countless dolls surrounding her. They were the dolls' heads. The heads of the dolls encircling Kurokami. burst off one by one. One of them landed right at my feet. Toei, calm down. Ara? Let me...
何を
What are you saying? Pitch black soot. Pour it all into me. I had no clue what she was talking about. Her face was eerily seductive, as bewitching as a spider approaching its prey. It didn't seem to me she was saying those things of her own volition. I could only imagine something evil was possessing her and making her say them. And perhaps I could save her. Stop it.
落ち着いて黒髪さん。僕には助けられるかもしれない。
Calm down, Kurokami. I might be able to help. I ran to the hall without removing my shoes, and all of a sudden there was a loud bang. The dolls I approached burst off all at once. I had no idea what was happened, but my heart was struck with an impression. Ew. Countless dolls were glaring at me with the single emotion: rejection. I stopped in place like I'd stepped into quicksand of their making. Deep down, I could feel it in my bones. If I went any closer, I'd break not just the dolls, but her too.
黒髪さん。君を 救いたい。
Kurokami, I want to save you.
僕はどうすればいいんだ。
What do I need to do? Two.
何が遅いんだい。
For what? Listen. All of a sudden, she looked up at the ceiling and collapsed into a swarm of dolls. Toei! Oh, couldn't move. My mere presence had made her collapse. I feared if I got any closer or touched her, I'd break her for real. Nice going, Suzuhara. Called the people from the shrine's office for help. Her father came running over and brought her to the house. All I could do was stand dumbfounded by the edge of the trees. Miss Nagata talked with Kurokami's father. He reprimanded her in a stern voice and demanded that she never pull a stunt like that again. Blame him. Up until now, Kurokami didn't look as though she'd had it as bad as the rest of the girls. She fainted when I tried approaching her against her wishes.
僕のせいです。
It's all my fault.
自分を責めないで。私のせいよ。
Self, I'm the one who deserves it.
あなたの力ならどうにかなるかもしれないと勝手に思い込んで彼女を苦しませてしまった。
I was the one who got in their head. You might be able to do something with your power. Your suffering is on me.
彼女に駆け寄ろうとしたからです。僕のせいです。
This all happened because I tried running over to her. It's my fault.
あの時あなたが駆け寄って彼女に触れてくれたらきっと救われるんじゃないかって期待したわ。
You know, back there, I believed that if you touched her, she'd be saved. I was sure of it.
でも結果は私が想像していたようなものではなかった。
But I never expected any of that to happen.
私の浅はかさがトエちゃんもあなたも傷つけてしまった。
You and Toei got hurt thanks to my recklessness.
今日のことは忘れてね。
Just forget about today.
ごめんなさい。
I really am sorry. Save Kiko and the others. I was convinced I had the power to drive away. She's just super evil. Super. Cool. That's what it is. I believe that my years of training in the divine tribute style had granted me that amazing power. I was sure I could save her with that power as well. It was just as Kurokami had said. I was corrupt.
僕はやっぱり汚れているんでしょうか。
corrupt.
もう気にしちゃダメよ。
Don't think about that.
でもキコちゃんたちを救うことはできたんです。
But I managed to save Kiko and the others.
なのにどうして黒髪さんだけ救うことができないんだ。
So why did I fail with Kurogami?
トエちゃんは本家だからね。他の子たちとは進も濃さも事情も違うんでしょうね。
Because Toei is from the main family. The density for soot and circumstances might be different from the others.
すす彼女も言ってました。僕の真っ黒なすすって。
Kurogami mentioned that. He talked about pitch black soot.
何ですかすすって。言葉通りの意味ではないですよね。
That about? It means more than it sounds like, doesn't it?
すすだはかつてすすの田んぼと書いた。何なんですかすすって。
You also told me that Susada used to be written as Field of Soot. So what is this soot?
今日一日協力したんです。もう教えてくれてもいいですよね。
I helped you out today. Can't you tell me?
長い話になるわ。気を改めましょう。
It's all. Let's save it for another day.
次の日曜はどう？電話するわ。
Next Sunday work, I'll call you. Jesus. Miss Hinagana dropped me off at my apartment complex. Almost to tell me everything. In hindsight, nothing leading up to this day felt like chance. Even if they were coincidence to me, like this was all the work of fate. I saved them. Becoming too arrogant? Am I truly a corrupt being whose presence brought misfortune to them all?
この男と共になってはならない。
Listen, this man.
鈴原に近づきすぎれば不幸が訪れる。
Too close to Suzahara. Kurogami's words played back in my mind. Was I a guy here to save them from something evil? Or was I a cursed being making sport of... I didn't know. I couldn't tell just what I was anymore. Hiko appeared to be doing better. At that moment, it was more like she was suffering from a bad cold. She recovered enough to force a smile.
遅かったね。
You're late!
雛形先生と一緒に他の子たちのところへお見舞いに。
Sorry. Went and visited the others with Miss Hinagata.
ちょっと嫉妬しちゃうかな。私だけへのお見舞いだったらよかったのに。
Actually kind of jealous. I sort of wish you'd only gone to visit me.
でもみんな少しは辛いのが和らいだように見えたよ。
They all look like they're feeling better.
鈴夢には悪いのを追い払っちゃう素敵な力があるからね。
That's because you have the power to drive away all the bad things. Yet I failed to save Kurokami with that power. Damn. Hiko was an indicator. Minabe and Rira would also be back to normal within a few days. Perhaps they'd be well enough to go back to school by tomorrow. At least I managed to save 3. I was right. That was a silver lining. 3 out of 4. That's pretty good. I didn't want to believe I was corrupted. My mere presence brought everyone misfortune? I didn't want to believe that. Am I? That night, I called my dad. I figured he might know something. No, that Suzuda had originally been written in this field, so I think he's lying to you. Furthermore, he was furious at Kurokami. I was corrupted, saying no one who trained under the secret divine tribute style could be corrupt. My father wasn't two-faced. He was no liar. Meaning he really didn't know anything. Once I hung up, I noticed I had a call. I called her back and she picked up right away.
長い電話だったね。誰？
A long phone call. Who was it?
家に電話してたんだよ。いろいろ聞きたいことがあって。
I called my parents. I had some questions for them.
そうなんだ。
See?
本当に？
Is that true?
嘘なんかつかないよ。
Yeah, I wouldn't lie.
だよね。ごめんねごめんね。
Yeah, you're right. Sorry about that.
てっきり他の女の子とずっと電話してるのかと思って。
I figured you were on the phone with some other girl.
女の嫉妬って見苦しい見苦しいよね。反省。
Jealousy is an ugly, ugly look, yeah? I need to be better.
なんで嫉妬なんかするの？
Why would you be jealous?
だって私とスズムって付き合ってるわけでしょ。
Because we're dating, right?
深夜のプライベートな時間に電話とかできるってのは彼女の特権だと思うし。
I believe that phone calls in the dead of the night should be something only your girlfriend gets to do.
そうだね。他の女の子と長話をしてたらなんだか面白くないよね。
That's true. It wouldn't be good if I spent so long talking to another girl.
でもね、その一方でプライベートな時間を自分だけが侵食してもいいっていうのもおごりだと思うわけ。
On the other hand, I believe it's selfish to eat onto someone else's free time.
スズムが誰と電話したってどう過ごしたって自由な時間のはずなのに、それを自分だけが独占したいってひどいなって思って。
You should be free to do whatever you want with it. It's wrong for me to monopolize that.
恋人同士ってそういうのあるよね。
That's what it means to be a couple, doesn't it?
でも僕はなんだかそういうのはおかしいなって思うんだ。
I think there's something strange about that.
だってお互いより楽しい人生を作るために一緒になったんでしょ？
Got together to enrich our lives, didn't we?
だよね。なのに一緒になった後の方が気苦労が多いんじゃおかしいよね。
I know, right? So it's weird that I've been worrying so much more after we got together.
つまるところ私がスズムを信頼していない証拠なわけだし。
I mean, that just sounds like I don't trust you.
もっと大人になって素敵な彼女になる。
I need to work to be more mature and become a wonderful girlfriend.
My phone. I checked it to find an incoming call from Riria. I was talking with Kiko at that moment. I was in a position to pick up.
どうしたの？
What's up?
リリアちゃんから電話みたい。
It's like Riria's calling.
なんだろう
Smile.
ね。後でメールで聞いてみるよ。
Wonder what she wants. Just text her after.
しなくていいよ。
You don't have to.
どうせ大した用事じゃないよ。こんな遅い時間にかけてくるなんて失礼しちゃうよね。
Doubt it's a big deal. You shouldn't be calling this late at night anyway. It's rude.
Kiko's voice was stone cold, like someone else had taken over the phone. That sound sent shivers down my spine. Oh no.
方、スズムがお見舞いに来てくれたんで浮かれてるんだよ。
She's getting full of herself just because you went to visit her.
自分だけのとこに来てくれたとでも思ってんのかな。
Did you really think
そう
you
だね。
Did you really think she went to visit her alone? How naive.
あの子、芸能人ってだけあって、私たちと生きてる世界が違うから。
It's because she's in the entertainment industry. She lives in a totally different world from the rest of us.
あの子が何を言っても、あまり真に受けない方がいいと思うよ。
I don't think you should take anything she says seriously.
そもそもアイドルなんて気のありそうなふりをして自分に恋愛を錯覚させるプロってことでしょ。
Besides, idols are professional fakes. They'll do whatever it takes to make people fall for them.
スズムのこと珍しいタイプだからからかってみたいだけって陰で言ってたの。聞いたもん。
She talks behind your back. She said she wanted to tease you because you're an unusual person.
男に貢がせることを小学校の時から仕事にしてきたような子だよ。生きてる世界が違いすぎるよ。
She's a girl who's been working since grade school, and a job financed by men. Our worlds are way too different.
でもスズムは男の子だからついつい騙されちゃうようなことがあるかもしれない。
Or maybe she doesn't even realize she's tricking you. Just does it out of habit because you're a boy.
だから私のいないところで あの子と話をしたり、メールをしたりしちゃダメ。
Now you can't talk to her or text her when I'm not around.
約束して。
Promise?
I don't want to believe Kiko would say these kind of things about Riri. Naturally, I didn't want to believe Riri would pride herself in tricking people either.
僕を
Red flag,
信
red
じてほ
flag.
しいな。
I want you to trust me.
僕は今キコちゃんとお付き合いをしてるんだよ。
Right now, the two of us are going out.
誤解を招くようなことをして
I would never do
Kiko-chan
anything that would
を悲しま
cause
せるようなことは
misunderstandings between us.
絶対に
I'd
しない
never
よ。
want to make you sad like that. Oh no, my headphones died. On one moment. Little weird. Things are getting a little freaky. Alright.
ごめんね、スズム。
I'm sorry, Suzumu.
これってスズムが悪いわけじゃないし、だからスズムがそんなに申し訳なさそうにするのはおかしいよ。
Like this is your fault, so you shouldn't be feeling guilty about it.
だってあの子がスズムに興味を持つのはそれだけスズムが魅力的な証拠だもん。
I mean, the fact she's taken an interest in you just goes to show how attractive you are.
そのスズムを虫から守るのは彼女の務めだと思う。だからスズムは全然気にしなくていい。
It's my job as your girlfriend to protect you from mosquitoes like that. So you don't have to worry about a thing. And you want idea to mosquitoes? Slap him. I'd slap him.
私が頑張るから。
Because I'll work my hardest.
頑張るって
I'm sorry? What was that?
こっちの話。スズムは忘れて。
I'm just talking to myself. Forget it.
I never could have imagined such hollow laughter from Rico. The two of us were only separated by a thin wall. It's true. I could hear some sort of sound coming from the room. It sounded like someone kicking the bed or something.
キコ
Kiko?
ちゃん
I could hear labored breathing, so I couldn't tell her. Definitely couldn't tell her that I just received a text from Niobe. Oh god, do not.
じゃあ今夜はこれで切るね。おやすみ、スズム。
Okay, I'm gonna hang up for tonight. Good night, Suzumu.
おやすみ
Yeah, good night. My phone shook as soon as I hung up. I got a text from Rira this time. I was afraid to check what it said. Kiko was just on the other side of this wall. I didn't know how she'd take it if she learned that I read text messages from both of them. I couldn't imagine it at all. No, I was too afraid to imagine it. Just then, I heard a thud from the next room, so loud that it even shook my own a little. I could hear her roars through the wall.
Don't fuck with me. Pick up, you bitch. Out of range? Don't turn your phone off on me, you goddamn slut.
I could hear her loudly as if she were in this very room. She must have called Rira, I was sure of it. A moment later, the wall shook with a violent kick. I couldn't tell if she kicked it out of rage over Rira, or if she was trying to threaten me. It would be best to delete the text without reading them. But it could have been something important. A quick peek out. If it wasn't, I'd delete and forget all about it. I carefully surveyed my surroundings. I doubted there was a hole in the wall or anything. Sure. Windows were shut. I was okay. I'd be fine. Loud gulp. Ugh. I opened the text. Text from Kawa. Subject. Thank you for today. So much for coming to visit me today, Susahara. I'm so sorry my room was such a mess. I'm so embarrassed, lol. Please come back again sometime, okay? BTY. W. Goodness, I cannot read. By the way, were you aware that Harumiya used to be a major delinquent until middle school? She was a member of a gang of female delinquents known as the Bloodstained Angels. If you search for Bloodstained Angels and Bakiko, you will find some frightening photos. Damn. Did you find out about that? As if the gossip about Kiko wasn't bad enough already. The text started got calm, but she stopped using punctuation abruptly, turning the text into a wall of letters slandering Kiko. That girl's crazy. She's insane. Did you know she hurt some people so bad they had to go to the hospital? This is Minabe's voice I use. She has a history with police too. Isn't it crazy how someone like that could put on such a cutesy act and it's stupid, isn't it? She just should die. Goddamn piece of shit pisses me off so much. I knew I should have looked. Though my time with LCSE had been long, I got along. Thought it'd last forever. I didn't want to read something like this. Reader's text that left a deep scar on my heart. There's still one more to go. Minabe's text. Okay, here we go. Honestly, I was depressed, so I decided to only read the subject. Text from Minabe. Subject 1. Minabe face. Huh? What's that mean? It's also an image attached. What in the world was this? I carelessly opened the text. Sorry, Susan Moon, but I can't just give up on you. If I decide to cast a charm that'll cause you and Kiki to break up peacefully, it's a love charm popular in the Arcanine Minabe kingdom. It works like a charm, literally. I'll send you one of these each night till my wish comes true. Here's the first one. Smiley face. What she attached was a photo of slender, bloodstained left leg. Is that his leg? Her left leg was sitting on top of a bloody white towel with a gaping cut in her ankle. A razor was sitting right next to it. She must have used that to slice herself open. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but this is the Steam version. I wonder in the not Steam version actually shows. I don't know, it might not, but yes, you're allowed to do that. I groaned as bile welled up in my throat. There was one last message written after the photo. I'll send you another one tomorrow night. Hope you're looking forward to it. I threw my phone away and crawled under my covers. I didn't stop thinking immediately. These emotions would certainly swallow me whole. I screamed as I heard a text notification chime. I didn't want to see another text that night. No more texts. Smiley face. See what happens when you touch girls' foreheads? Look what happened. 3 human figures stood in the classroom, illuminated only by the faint moon. They were holding hands, standing in a circle. A desk with a small candle set on top stood between them. A tiny light illuminated them and projected their shadows onto the classroom wall, looming large like monsters. They looked both like humans and like deer standing on their... As for why one would think that, the shadows had branch-like horns growing out of their heads. Oh.
Impertinent man demons. I have dreamed of revenge for many moons.
I want that child.
あの子じゃわからん
Whatever child do you mean?
相談しましょう
Let us have a chat.
そうしましょう
Yeah, us. Three horned humans slowly spun around as they sung a children's song. Their expressions were completely vacant.
お山の鹿さんちょっと来ておくれ
Come over here, mountain deer, mountain deer.
鬼がいるから行かれない
I cannot, for there are demons there.
お釜をかぶってちょっと来ておくれ
Make a helmet from a pot, mountain deer, mountain deer.
角があるからかぶれない
I cannot, for my antlers I fear.
お布団かぶってちょっと来ておくれ
Make cover with Make cover with your covers, mountain deer, mountain deer.
すすって真っ黒かぶれない
I cannot, for I'm sooty, I fear.
あの子が欲しい
I want that child.
あの子じゃわからん
Whatever child do you mean?
相談しましょう
Let us have a chat.
そうしましょう
Yes, let us. All of a sudden, they stopped. A heavy silence descended. None of them as much as moved a muscle.
スズムが欲しい
I want Suzumu. Oh. A sound like crushing of piled branches resounded, and I had crushed Tsubakiko's fingers. Yet Tsubakiko didn't even blink.
スズムはやらん
You cannot have him. Another snap. Tsubakiko bent Kanai's fingers back.
おすすが欲しい
I want his soot. Oh, golly. Snap, snap.
おすすはやらん
You cannot have his soot. Another snap, followed by the sound of mashing meat.
すすさふらしておいたし
Rain down soot.
人にの里さをいたし
Over the village of Mandy.
わざわざ募らす呪いのすすさ
Fourth calamity, cursed soot. Three kept singing and crushing each other, though it was some sort of children's game. They started out in a circle, but they gradually broke apart. Now they're losing fingers. Just then, the three bizarre human-like creatures started swelling and mixing together.
スズムが欲しい
I want Suzumu.
私が欲しい
I want him.
ぬしらにゃゆずら
You shall not have him. They clawed, bit, and tore each other apart. Loud and wet sounds roared every time they met, and dark splashes painted the walls, blackboard, floor, and desks. Eventually, a desk with the candle fell over, extinguishing the only light in the room. The sole illumination left in the pitch-black classroom was the faint strands of moonlight shining through. All that gleamed through the darkness was the crimson glow of eyes, not human. It was impossible to even tell there were three of them anymore. They merely continued swaying and eating each other. Splatters of black blood and chunks of gnawed-off flesh littered the floor of the room. Fingers, skin, earlobes, eyelids, nails, scalps, blood vessels, and trails were scattered everywhere. Eventually, the human-like figures turned into husks. They convulsed over and over, but it seemed like they were no longer capable of killing. There were too little of them left. Ugh. One of the husks staggered. Their whole body had been torn at and gnawed limb from limb. They couldn't even be called human-like anymore. All that was left was a shell. A human skeleton clad in blood-stained flesh and blood vessels. They rose off the ground, looked to the ceiling, and howled.
これでスズムは私だけのもの
Yes, now Suzumu is mine, and mine alone.
スズム大好き
It's
We love you.
愛してるだから愛して進は私のものだから
I love you so much. So love me. You belong to me now.
Oh no. Run. Suzumu, run. I couldn't make heads or tails of that dream, but it felt real. Hiko's room was unlocked and her shoes were gone. She'd gone out. I called her phone, but it merely shone in her dark room. I didn't know where she'd gone, but my nightmare had taken place at school. I couldn't get a good look in the dark, but it appeared to have been LSE's club room. Why are you going there? That dude. The entryway was probably locked, so I couldn't get in from there. But the LCSC's club room was right by the infirmary. The infirmary was right in front of where you crossed over the school yard, so the club room was. All of a sudden, I thought I saw a small light coming from within. It wasn't the room's lights. This light was orange and swaying. I ran over the window and realized it was fire. Flames had spread all throughout the club room, brightly on the world inside. Whoa! Ow! At that moment, there was an orange burst and the windows shattered and scattered everywhere like snow. I ran through the blizzard and jumped into the club room. Crimson flames were slowly burning the... And just as I had seen in my nightmare, Nobi, Rira, and Tsubakiko center reduced to chunks of meat. That really wasn't a dream. All three had fallen for me, fought over me, then killed each other. I brought about this tragedy. Kurokami was right. I was corrupted. Just that this happened because I got close to them. I wanted to apologize. I couldn't even tell which one was which anymore. Oh god. Just then the flames swelled higher, like, and as their scorching winds blazed on through, I felt someone slowly stand up behind me. I turned around and saw her.
I love you.
Her voice and figure were Kiko's. That couldn't be. Kiko was already no flesh at my feet. How much it looked like her, it wasn't. I couldn't help but see it as her.
ごめんよキコちゃん
Kiko,
僕はやっぱり呪われていたんだ
I really...
いいんだよ進
It's okay, Susan.
進のせいじゃないだってこれは
Your fault.
ずっと気が遠くなるほどの昔に決められ
It was set in stone. More than you can imagine.
運命だもの
This was fate.
だから進のせいじゃないんだよ
This is true.
I slowly embraced the girl clad in flames engulfed me. For long, our shape became... Flames would scorch all, burn in the ground, or soot. Kiko, Minobi, Rira, me, all of us. We'd turn to soot and return to... All of us would become one.
1000年待ったんだよ
You did it.
やっと迎えに来てくれたんだね
Finally came for me.
They had been waiting for so long. Trapped in that bronze prison along with the soot for 1,000 agonizing years. I see. Because of embarked on that. In my last moments, I finally realized it. Here I was meant to... What? Used. Ah, darkness again. I'm just gonna skip. Ah. All right, that's where. Oh. Okay, we'll stop. Later. Maybe this next one will be the last arc. I think. Oh,